You asked for it, and I'm here to deliver it. My name is Neko, and this is Every Single Biome and Regions Unexplored Ranked. Let's go! The Alpha Grove is an extremely rare but very cute throwback to Alpha Minecraft. Pale lime grass and neon lime leaves give this biome a distinctly cartoony, poppy look compared to the rest of the game, which makes it perfect for a special biome. Maybe I wouldn't live here, but I do like it. A tier. The ancient delta is absolutely beautiful, oh my goodness. Orange argillite stone contrasts wonderfully with these glowing blue flowers, called drop leaves. Then on the ground of this biome you have grass growing off of the argillite, in addition to calcite with pools of water forming in them. If I had any critiques at all, it's probably that the leaves on the drop leaves are a little glowy, a little too much. The detailing is really dense and it's kind of an eyesore when there's too much of it, of which there often is. But you know, in moderation, it's a really lovely biome. I'll give it an A. The Arid Mountains are a slightly more mountainous version of the Badlands biome. I couldn't find any that generated that were like big, so they're kind of a sub-biome in my footage, but they're fine. B. The Ashen Woodland is awesome! A forest raised by a forest fire. This place has embers wait, that's the wrong mod. It's really cool, it's really distinctive, it's fire! I'm tempted to give this one an S. The autumnal maple forest is fine. I don't really like the leaves textures very much, to be honest with you. They look weirdly crunchy, and not in like a satisfying way where you get a handful and you like crunch them up in your hand. Not like that. The leaves themselves are also kind of saturated in a way that I don't feel blends very well together. Kind of reminds me of Biomes Your Go's autumn forests a little too much. I do quite like the ground color though. It's got this kind of like warm yellowish tone to it, which is really nice, really good. So it's a mixed bag. I will give it a solid C. The bamboo forest is pretty cool. Compared to its brighter brethren, the bamboo jungle, this biome contrasts its very bright green bamboo with very pale grass and a pale green sky. Additionally, its bamboo stalks actually have bamboo leaves blocks at the top of them, which is pretty neat. I don't think I like it as much as an actual bamboo jungle, but it's not bad in the slightest. It's just different. Too bad I hate differences! Rah! B. The Baobab Savannah is pretty Baobab brilliant. I really enjoy the colour palette. Maybe even a little more than this is Region Unexplored. Even more than the palette used in Biomes Your Go. This one is comparatively a lot more lifelike and colourful, which is always fine by me. The shapes of the trees are more simplistic, but they're true to life too. And I'm a great appreciator of the use of terracotta here, giving the ground that bit of variety that it could always do with. A-tier biome. The Barley Fields are built to the brim with barley. They're pretty damn similar to the pasture biome from Biomes Aplenty. Though, unlike that biome, this one's grass is a distinctly desaturated shade of yellow instead of a bright green. So the whole biome has this sort of monocolored look going on for it. And honestly, I kind of like this one a little more, I think. B. The Bayou is the third Bayou I've seen between all these bloody biome mods. Where Biomes Your Go goes for something a lot warmer and swampier looking, Biomes Aplenty has far more white and blue hues in it, making it look a lot chillier, but still very lively. The Region's Unexplored Bayou looks rotten.
It's rotten, you idiot!
The pale green sky in conjunction with the white particles falling from the Spanish moss just make the place feel like a radiation hazard or something. Sure, it's also a lot more land-based than both of the previous iterations too. Even if the trees feel kind of derivative of Biomes Aplenty's take, it still has a very unique identity all its own. Do I like it more than the other two? Probably not. It's probably my least favorite Bayou, but what can you do? It's the third take on this goddamn biome concept. Solid effort either way. I think I'll give it a C+. Oh, I also do quite like these red little lily pads. They're very cute. The Shroom Caves are borderline bioluminescent with how bright they are. Big blue and green.
Well, if it isn't Gordon Freeman at last.
Mushrooms populate the underground. Both varieties have these really nice white stalks for their giant mushrooms. I quite like them. And I also really enjoy the ever-present moss particles floating throughout the whole biome. Really makes the place feel insulated. It's very good. Very cozy, all in all. A little messy, perhaps, but still pretty good. I'll give it a Spee. Why not? Spee. The Blackstone Basin is awesome. It barely feels like a nether biome, whilst also simultaneously fitting in extremely well. Whilst primarily comprised of blackstone, the whole thing is covered in a big blue sheet of cobalt nylium, which comes in a really distinctive ring-like net pan, akin to many variety of real-world fungus. There's a big focus on verticality in this biome, as all throughout, pillars of obsidian with cobalt obsidian circling them can be seen, in addition to hanging earlight fruit, gross name, which very much resembles the drop leaves from the ancient delta. In wide open spaces especially, it creates an astounding effect. It's really cool. S tier. The Blackwood Taiga is alright. In terms of the ancient forest with glowing pink flora theme, I think Biomes Will Go did it better with its own temperate rainforest, even if it wasn't really a rainforest. But even judging this one on its own merits, it just kind of feels like it's missing something, I suppose. It feels pretty static, I want to say, with its glowing fungus kind of sticking out like an eyesore. Honestly, this doesn't really fit well at all. See, if nothing else though, it looks quite pretty from a bird's eye view. The Boreal Taiga is kind of unremarkable. The supremely desaturated palette makes it kind of dull to live in, and yeah, it's too big. It's so big. Why is it so big? The leaves textures are also really noisy. Not digging it. I'm gonna say D. Sorry, man. The chalk cliffs are really cute. The mix of mossy greens and marble white really go splendidly together. There's something incredibly quaint about it. I really like it. The tassel flowers are really cute too. S. The Clover Plains are noisy. God, I sound like the Joker, but like, these lupine flowers are sending me loopy. This place feels like a really weird mix of the
Amaranth Fields
from Biomes You'll Go and the Clover Patch from Biomes Are Plenty. I actually think the clover texture itself is really good, but it's why do the lupine look like that? Why are they here? Why can't they make like Lupin the Third and get out of here? I don't like them very much. C. The cold Boreal Taiga is a Boreal Taiga that's cold. Alright? It's fine. See, get out of my sight. See, it's fine. The Deciduous Forest is decidedly nice. Kinda feels like if a forest, a taiga, and a jungle all had a baby together. Very lush, very good tree shapes, and best of all, these super unique small oak logs, which pair exceedingly well alongside fences. Despite a deceptively plain appearance on the outside, the Deciduous Forest is busting with personality. It's really excellent, honestly. I'm gonna give this one an S. Shout out to all the Podzol. Gotta be one of my favorite genders. The cold deciduous forest is more than just a deciduous forest with snow slapped on top. Unlike the main forest, this place is filled with these beautiful teal trees, mixed alongside the Mauve's dark red maple trees too, along with some spruce trees for good measure. Typically, this amount of variety in a forest biome ends up feeling kinda scatterbrained and disorganized, but the whole thing has a really cozy, cohesive feel to it, so I will give it a pass this time. This one's unfortunately lacking the small oak trees, but what can you do? Really, I think the biome should have its own name instead of snowy Pretty good biome. I'm gonna give it an A. The cold river is completely unremarkable. D. Next. The dry bushland is absolutely fine. The palette of the place is a fair bit paler than usual, with it even getting a unique soil block in the form of silt dirt. It's so noisy it reminds me of a sponge. The most unique element of this biome are the Socotra trees. Their leaves textures are kind of weird looking, they sort of look like hemp leaves. Which would be a little more forgivable if not for the fact that the trees themselves look nothing like real Soco trees, which are super unique looking by the way. They're like mushrooms. This biome doesn't really capture that at all. I'll give it a C. The Eucalyptus Forest is really interesting looking. Obviously, the first thing you'll notice is that the biome's filled with these rainbow trees, which means the biome's woke, so it's an automatic F tier. I really quite enjoy the verticality of it all, and especially with how the rainbow gradient on the logs climbs with the tree. With that said, whilst I do like how the blue veins in the tree trunk do break up the rainbow pattern a little bit, make it feel a little more textured, there's no sense of depth to them, they're just kind of solid blue lines. B. Very nice. The fen is really nice. Big fen fan over here. I'm all about that fen. Another wetland biome, this place's rivers are filled to the brim with duckweed. Sadly, there are no ducks here to enjoy it, but that's besides the point. What really matters is how nice it all looks. Gives the place a real rustic kind of vibe, in addition to all the pine and dead trees littering the landscapes. And lest we forget, nature's very own corn dog off the branch, the cattail. This place feels like your dad's own fishing spot. I like it a lot. I'm gonna give this one an S. The densely populated flower fields are kind of garish, to be honest with you. There is just way too much going on here palette-wise. You got pinks, you got reds, you got oranges, you got purples, you got whites, you got blues. It's all so much all at once. They're all in little clusters too. It's very overbearing. At the very least though, some of the flowers glow in the dark, meaning the place looks quite pretty at nighttime. But if you ignore the fact that they've just vomited a load of flowers on the ground, let's give it a C. Even if that feels a bit generous. Actually, you know what? I changed my mind. Let's give it a D. The frozen pine taiga is pretty. We got some pine trees, and they're in the snow. Yeah, it's fine. It's alright. I like the frozen grass. That's pretty nice. But I otherwise don't have much to say about this one. Let's give it a C. The frozen tundra has considerably less going on, but I quite like it, I think. Amidst all the snow, we have some grass peeking out, and it's this lovely, deep, kind of brown colour. It's pretty, and without much obstructing the way, I could see someone building a base here quite easily. Let's give this one a B. The Fungal Fen is very inventive. Merging both a mushroom biome and a marsh together, this one features pine trees amongst giant mushrooms and even giant bioshrooms, along with mycelium alongside the grass. Typically, I think I'd find this blend of bright, colourful colours against more grounded hues a little intrusive, but I think it's actually executed quite well here. Always good to see more fantasy biomes. I'll give it a B for Bioshock. Another nether biome, the Glistering Meadow is really kind of garish, to be honest. I adore this biome conceptually. A pink nether biome? Sign me up. I do love my pink after all. The problem comes in the fact that there's a lot of blue in here too, on every sprite, and it makes this terrible gradient amongst everything. It's really like, ugh. There's that and the fact that pretty much every sprite in this biome depends heavily on this sort of spiky pattern going on, so everything feels really thin and frayed and ugly. Fortunately, I know a guy. My very good friend, Flick, managed to make a little resource pack that makes everything a lot nicer looking. No more frayed texturing, and no more blue absolutely everywhere, though it is retained in an animated texture for the bulbs. Like this, there is a ton more color uniformity throughout the biome, and it just looks nicer, I think. Without the resource pack, I'd give the place a C. With the resource pack, I don't know. Do I want to keep throwing S ranks out? Yeah, why not? Another S rank. The golden Boreal Taiga is pretty chill. Acting as an inversion on the original Boreal Taiga, this one is predominantly filled with golden larch trees. And I have to say, it's pretty groovy, baby. All three iterations of this biome use a predominantly more desaturated palette compared to a vanilla forest biome, so none of them blend in super well, but I think this one's pretty nice, honestly. I like it more than the original Boreal Taiga anywho, even if it still suffers from the same problems, such as, not very great leaf texture and so on and so forth. Don't love it, don't hate it, I'm giving this one a C. The Grassland is ass, man. No, I actually quite like it. Yeah, it's a plains biome, but there's special windswept grass here, which is cool. It's a really nice texture. I think it's retextured barley now that I look at it, but that's okay. I'm gonna give this one a B for retextured barley. The Grassy Beach appropriately features grassy sand, or rather, sandy grass. I don't think this stuff exists in real life, but it does look nice here, so that's all that counts really, isn't it? Let's also give this one a B. The gravel beach is, shocker, a beach where the sand is replaced with gravel. Why did I say it like that? It's 3:30 in the morning. It doesn't look bad at all, honestly. I think I like it better than something like the Stony Peaks in vanilla, so that's a plus. And hey, if you're a fan of my resurvival mod pack where you need gravel to get flint to make flint tools, it's a utopia. So S rank for that, but yeah, B. The Highland Fields might be my favourite biome out of this entire mod, to be honest. A cooler, bluer grass sets the backdrop for a biome filled to the brim with mossy cobblestone, stone, and mossy stone. There's no mossy cobblestone, I lied there. To top it all off, we also have lovely blue and white daisies. The vibes are absolutely immaculate. I'm typically not fond of biomes that feel like they have too much foliage going on, but I think this biome is just right. It feels overgrown whilst not overbearing. Absolutely excellent. S rank. The Hyacinth Deeps are awesome. Alongside your typical portion of cool ocean seaweed, we also have glowing stalagmites, and a lot of them to boot, not to mention hyacinth bloom and flowers. It's pretty straightforward, but it's probably one of the best ocean biomes I've ever seen, probably on account of the fact that I don't see very many ocean biomes, but that's okay. They're excellent. Alright. S tier. The Icy Heights are alright. Pine trees, let's give it a B. The Infernal Holt is awesome, like deceptively good. Whilst you'd think a biome where the premise is it's a burnt down forest would be awful in a place like the Nether, it comes across exceptionally well. It stands out amongst all the other vibrant, colourful, poppy Nether biomes as a truly dangerous downer of a place to be in. In spite of such an atmosphere, it looks incredible. The glowing lava accents inside the logs and the grass really bring the place to life. What can I say other than absolute cinema? S tier. The Joshua Desert is really ugly. Oh, quite the whiplash between this entry and the last, I know, but oh, come on. It's not to the absolutely heinous degree that Biomes You'll Go does with its desert, the name of which I'm forgetting. I could look it up, but, you know, why would I do that? But it still looks quite noisy. On top of that, I also feel like the Joshua trees themselves are just kind of ugly looking. Do not like these spiky looking leaves coming out the top, nor the, beard hanging off the sides of its logs. I'm gonna have to give this one an F for Josh Foord.
Hello? Is anybody there? Please, you gotta help me! I'm stuck in this video, you gotta help me! Get me out of here!
Elephant green screen effect.
Man, do I feel weird about the Magnolia Woodland. This biome is exceedingly pretty. Comprised of 3 different magnolia trees, green, white, and pink, cherry blossom-esque particles daintily fall from them all throughout, giving the place a really lovely, cozy atmosphere. And just like with cherry logs, the inside of the trunks being red adds a nice little extra contrast to the place. I also quite enjoy the shape of the trees. It's an excellent biome all around for sure. Lovely, all things considered. I'll give this one an A. The maple forest is pretty. Between predominantly oak and spruce trees, red maple trees break up the landscape in a way that feels nice, simple but clean. Perhaps more significant than that though, is how the ground uniquely is broken up by stone pathways, which give the place a really nice rural feeling, and also stops the place from being too dense as well. It's really excellent. I'm also going to give this one an A. The marsh is really cute. Just like Biomes Aplenty, this biome also doesn't feature marshmallows, so I could give it an F right now, really. But I won't because it has so much going for it. Duckweed, seagrass, sugarcane, it's got it all. I also quite like that the grass is just ever so slightly desaturated. Gives the place a really relaxed vibe. I'm gonna give it a B. For a forest biome, the Mauve Hills are surprisingly purple. Because as you can see, the trees are comprised of purple oak and enchanted birch. I tried to say blue and birch at the same time, and you got that, and I'm keeping that in. It all comes together quite well, honestly. The purples and blues aren't overly saturated nor desaturated, and they complement the turquoise grass quite wonderfully. Not one of my personal favorites, but I can't deny that it's pretty. I'll give it a B for blurch. The mountains are surprisingly nice given their really boring name. They're densely packed with pine trees atop coarse dirt and ferns, but these pine trees are differentiated in that their leaves are a lot darker than usual, giving the whole place a much earthier vibe than you'd normally expect. Despite the biome's name not making mention of one, it really feels like a forest. It's lovely. Drastic perhaps, but I'm gonna give this one an A. The muddy river is unremarkable. I'm pretty sure they're supposed to have mud in them given the name, but the ones I found were pretty gravelly to me. Maybe this is a skill issue on my part, but yeah, not great. F, I think. Wait. Don't know what happened there. F3 told me it was a muddy river, I assure you. But I found a proper one. Here we go. Okay, this is alright. The muddy river's actually quite nice. We've got corn dog tails and we've got peat mud, which is different from vanilla mud. I mean, mangrove mud. I love Minecraft. The most notable thing about this peat mud, of course, is that it's actually brown, unlike vanilla mud, which is bluish grey. Fits right in with the salt, honestly. The cattail spam really makes this place feel lived in, and it is especially cute if you can find a taiga village generating inside this biome too. Ooh, look at it. I love it so. Might be a little high, but I think I'm gonna give this one an S. I kinda love it. Adding some mustard to this beef burger of a dimension, the Myotoxic Undergrowth is very, it's weird, right? Because I think this biome looks great, but it's really boring. It's yet another giant fungus biome, except it's yellow this time, and it's not very dense either. It's a lot more open than the other two forest biomes, so to fill in all that negative space, it just makes the fog yellow to boot. It's a really strange one to me. I think it's inoffensive. C. The old Growth Bayou gives the original Bayou all the milk it needed as a child, making it big and strong. The humongous cypress trees create a dense canopy up high, giving the biome an effect of having a roof, which is one of my favourite things a forest biome can do. And alongside some green bioshrooms to break up the palette, we also have giant lily pads, which look fantastic. The sense of grandiosity and mystique this biome has is just phenomenal. I love it. But with that said, I do think there might be a bit too much foliage, a bit too much going on. Regardless though, it gets a respectable Bio B. Orchards are a band I really like. They made a song called Honey. It was one of my favorites of 2024. You should check it out. I Feel Terrible's also great. They're from Brighton? No way! Anyways, Regions Unexplored's Orchard feels really weirdly derivative of the other version of this biome that I've seen before. It's like the same exact thing, except I think the grass is slightly more desaturated than normal. Oh yeah, and it's missing the pretty flowers too. This biome stinks! See. The Outback makes me want to go out, travel back in time, and kill myself before I ever had to look at it. No, it's not that bad. It's not that bad by any stretch. It's just once again doing that thing I don't like, where you make the ground like a grid pattern out of blocks. It never looks good. It's just kind of tacky. The color combo works a lot better here, mind you, green and orange, but it doesn't look great, you know? Maybe if it was more like pathways of red sand amongst dirt and grass, that could be better. As it is, it's pretty mediocre, if not outright bad. D. The pine slopes are effectively just the mountains again, except on an incline. Everything good I had to say about the mountains applies to these ones too, so it feels kind of unfair of me to do that. I guess I'll give it a B for redundancy. How about that? Good compromise, I think. Now the Pine Taiga's a lot more like it. Another pine tree biome, but this time, the ground is comprised entirely of peat and podzol. Peat podzol specifically, which I'm pretty sure is a little darker than regular podzol. It more or less goes all in on what I liked about the mountains and the pine slopes, just with a slight darker palette. It's super cozy. Let's give it an A. Oh good heavens, the whiplash! Yeah! Poppy fields look ugly. This feels like an even worse version of the lush savanna from Biomes of Plenty. Just too many flowers, and the sprite. Ugh! I cannot stand the color of this pink one. Why does it look like that? It's like flesh colored. The grass and silt dirt combo also is just this. This biome looks like vomit. Ugh! That was mean. I'm sorry. F. The prairie is dead. No big surprise. It's kind of just a plains biome, but desaturated. I don't like it very much.
Boring.
D. The Prismachasm is awesome. Prismarite crystals and Primmoss sprouts. Terrible name, by the way. Horrible mouthful. Horrible mossful. fill this chasm to the brim. It goes without saying, but this is easily Regions Unexplored's most colourful biome. Maybe its most unique too. It's very charming, though I do feel the prismarite crystals could benefit if they were coming out of a dedicated stone type. As it is, they just jut off of whatever stone is around, be it dirt, andesite, diorite, or even dirt. It looks a little weird. Even so, I know for some it might feel like a little too much, but I like it a lot. I'm gonna give it an A. The pumpkin fields are rough, man. Look, I love Podzol as much as the next guy, but this is pushing it. What is with all the jack-o'-lanterns? This place feels very slapdash. Like the guys, they just had too many pumpkins, they had to throw them somewhere. It's an industrial dumping ground of pumpkins. Industrial pumpkin. Yes, another biome done better by Biomes Aplenty. F. The rainforest is interesting. It's like kind of bland looking. Like the colors aren't very saturated, the foliage is pretty busy. Not bad, there's just a lot of it. There's just a lot going on. I feel perhaps to make up for the fact that it doesn't look very nice. I swear to God, I don't hate this biome by any means. It's just like why are there 2 tree types in this biome? You don't need 2 of them. One would have been enough, surely. I feel like that really summates the problem. There's more, but it feels like less, you know? It's okay. B. I hope this explained it at all. The Redstone Abyss is scary. It's red and spiky. Whoa. Oh my god. Top 1 deliveries. Yeah, the Redstone Abyss kind of feels like a parody of the Nether in a way. It feels like everything you'd expect from the place, but that doesn't make it bad by any stretch. It's pretty cool looking, if albeit a little monotone. Really, I think its biggest drawback is that it makes another biome on this list redundant, and vice versa. But in of itself, I'm gonna give it a B.
But we can be bees. This is good news.
The Redstone Caves. Hey, it's that biome I was just talking about.
Hey, I'm also red. This biome looks just like me.
The Redstone Caves are the overworld version of the Redstone Abyss. Unlike the Nether, which is already really oversaturated in red, the red of the stalactites and stalagmites of this biome really contrast nicely against the grey backdrop of the cave. Ooh, they're really thin and gangly and have a very distinct aura about them compared to the Dripstone Caves. Don't love the redstone bulbs as much as they kind of break that theme, but they're alright. Overall though, pretty excellent. I'm gonna give this one an A. The Red Woods are yet another one of those biomes that every biome mod needs to have, seemingly. It's fine, honestly. There's absolutely nothing remarkable or interesting or distinct about it from Biomes Aplenty's take. It's yet another one of those biomes that feels borderline plagiarized, honestly.
I'm not saying they did. I'm not saying anything at all.
And I know it feels like mean of me to knock this biome for feeling like a biome from another mod, but it's so close. On its own merits though, it's an A. It's good. It's fine. It's fine. Ooh, I like the Rocky Meadow. This one feels like a considerably more competent lavender forest from Biomes of less lavender, or hyssop here, and plenty of daisies and visible grass, along with some lovely mauve trees. I like this one a lot. I'm gonna give it an A. I adore the Rocky Reef. This biome is absolutely paradisiacal. And yes, that is a real word, much to my dismay. Grassy rocks jut out the water with palm and jungle tree, along with both blue and pink magnolia flowers to just give the place a little extra touch. It is remarkably cohesive. It's so cozy. I adore it. I want to live on one of these rocks in real life. I might just marry one of them. If only my divorce proceedings weren't still ongoing. I hate my ex-wife. I haven't even signed the papers yet, and I never will. I want the kids back. Give them back, please. S-tier biome. I am immensely fond of the Saguaro Desert. The titular saguaro cacti are the star of this biome, with their lovely little pink flowers and their tall branches. Apparently they're called phylloclades. Neat.
Mod by Vasky?
Unless that only applies to flat cacti, I don't know. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. Yeah, not much to say about it. It's nice. I like it. Oh, worth mentioning, saguaro cacti can actually be used as full blocks for building, so that's cool. I like that a lot. Just for that, I'll give this biome an A. I like the Scorching Caves a lot. The Scorching Caves ask the very simple question of, what if there was a volcano in the earth? The answer is, that would be awesome. Yes, please, here's $500. Alongside the basalt, there are also ash vents, which add plenty of fiery particles to the place. In addition to, all the flowing lava, volcanic ash is lovely too. A nice black sand-like block. What can I say? It's Beam. Easy A from me. The shrubland is another exceedingly plain plains biome with little going for it, with exception to spruce and oak bushes, or shrubs, stylized as these one-block tall oak and spruce tree. It's absolutely fine. Its biggest crime is being really boring. I can't think of any jokes to tell about this one. See. The silver birch forest is real neat.
Marked by Vasky.
Though it is effectively just a birch forest with yellow leaves, they look really nice. It's the little things that pull this biome together. Little leaf piles, leaf particles falling down from the trees, some orange coneflowers, and tassels to pull everything together. Probably the worst thing about this biome is that it stands out a little too much from a distance from, more regular green biomes. It integrates a little funny is what I'm saying. But in of itself, it's really quite nice. I think maybe the yellow of the leaves could stand to be a little more orange, perhaps? They're a little marker pen colored for my liking right now, but it's good overall. I'll give it a B. The sparse rainforest is the same thing as the rainforest, except it's not quite as dense. Though personally, I really couldn't tell you that much of a difference. It's redundant. C. The sparse redwoods are the same thing. C. That was fast. That's more like it. The spires are a cool variant on the snowy taiga that have, big ice spires. There really are cathedrals everywhere for those with the eyes to see them. It's not the most out-of-the-box biome in the world, but it's cool. The way the big spikes stand in between the trees and the foliage, they're neat. I like them. I'm gonna give this one a B. The steppe is another one of those biomes that I want to step through as quickly as I can. Not because it's bad, but just because it's uneventful. It's basically just a jungle plains biome, except there are shrubs here. Cool, I guess. Not bad, not particularly good though. C, I guess? The temperate grove is also kind of uneventful. A plains biome, but with some flowers and fallen logs. And some flower patches. Purple cone flowers are pretty nice, I will admit. But, I don't think it really justifies a whole, it's a unique biome. It's mid-Dutch D. My guts tell me I should be finding the towering cliffs as offensive as the other biomes. Offensively inoffensive, that is. But I don't know. I honestly find myself quite charmed by them. The cobblestone, to break up the typical stony plain look, is pretty good. It's pretty nice. That and the little dirt pathways that form as well. It's all quite quaint. I guess you could say it rocks. Ooh. B. The warm river is like a warm ocean as a river. It sure is warm, alright. It's absolutely fine. Nothing much to say about it. C. I was wondering why the tropics felt familiar. And no, it's not just because they are also in biomes aplenty, again, but because they're using half the trees that make up the rainforest. We once again have palm trees here, not to mention palm beards, elephant ears, and so on and so forth. So, immediately, this biome's already kind of starting out on a deficit in originality. And it doesn't get much better from there. It's pretty dull, all things considered. It's fine, I guess. I don't really have much to say about it though. C. Willow is one of my favourite artists, and the singer-songwriter on two of my favourite albums, Coping Mechanism and Empathogen. Some of her best songs include Time Machine, Maybe It's My Fault, and Between I and She. Oh, and this biome's also cool, I guess. Alongside all the willow trees include Magnolia ones, with these blue leaves and red logs, which really act as more of the focal point of the biome than the willow trees. So, they're pretty, but I feel like they're too infrequent to really leave a huge impression. So, on the whole, I'm gonna give this one a C. Previously, I've stacked biomes aplenty and know the biomes you'll go up against one another before. So, how does Regions Unexplored compare? Is it the best biome mod for Minecraft? Oh wow! I was not expecting that many S's, but I guess it makes sense. Whilst I do think Regions Unexplored suffers from some of the pitfalls that Biomes You'll Go does in a few of its more densely populated locales, and I'm not a massive fan of the more subdued color palettes the mod utilizes, but when it excels, it really excels, and it does so often too. For all this, I believe Regions Unexplored is the best biome mod. If you'd like to see a video about any other biome mods you'd like to see me review, please let me know in the comments. And if you want to see more mod reviews from me, check out this playlist here. Thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye!